That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the... Oh, don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? I'm not even going to try. I'm out, I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers, it all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told. Everything, anything, something here will save me. It was comforting to think this. And in this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? The end will be here soon. Very soon. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. Or now. Yes, this is exciting. On the just me and Stanley happened by simply pushing code by sheer luck. Amazing. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me? But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley. Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No, 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 no. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself?
Just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside.
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off... Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about... All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to me. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. And I genuinely considered each one too. I took a hell of a lot of notes. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything? But it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not? And I tried again. And Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and... Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling it's time to get serious, Stanley. No jokes, no games. Outside of this room, I might be more tolerant of those things. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way. I have to say this, though. This version of the events has been rather amusing.
Stanley,
You try to make sense of it.
you're in for quite a
Take back
disappointment.
Control wrested away from you. It's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. Be sure to keep notes on your experience. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these now. Yes, this is exciting. Just me and... Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Blah, 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 dark secrets, the keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere. So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. Stanley, where are you? Don't go anywhere. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. and so the boss had assigned it an Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? No, perhaps not. Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer. And Stanley, go back. There's nothing good that can come from this. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well... So, okay. Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say,
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Well, in a situation like this, The responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that...
Do something? Anything? This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there. He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do